That people haven't experienced to this extent. In fact, I've spoken with a couple of real estate agents that say they're selling a number of homes right now in some of the more popular areas, specifically because the people who are selling bought a house, got their property taxes raised, and they can now no longer afford the payment.
We weren't expecting it at all.
Justin Quartermensch and his wife bought their first home in January 2018 in Berkeley.
2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, just nice for my wife and I.
And their newborn baby. Their budget got a big blow a couple of months ago when their property taxes increased.
$165 doesn't seem like a lot, but month after month it adds up.
He's one of the lucky ones. In Ferndale, one viewer messaged me to say her payment jumped from $1,180 a month to a shocking $1,753. That's nearly $600 more every month.
So some people are still paying $1,000 and some people are paying $12,000. And it's not supposed to be that way in a city.
Ferndale's director of finance explains this problem is complex.
This is something that happened since the housing market crash in 2008.
But the stage was set back in 1994 when Michigan's Proposal A was passed. It capped homeowners' property taxes, only allowing annual increases at the rate of inflation or 5%, whichever is less.
But they put a cap on it, but they didn't put a floor.
So fast forward to 2008, when property values plummeted, property taxes plummeted too.
Older urban communities, particularly in Southeast Michigan, really felt the pain hardest because we had a lot of commercial property around automotive.
By 2016, property values bounced back, but property taxes never did.
We are still below the revenue that we created in 2007.
Michigan municipalities are still hurting financially. They have one chance to uncap and reassess property taxes. That's after ownership changes.
If you buy a house that hasn't been sold for 10 years, then you're going to get that uncapping effect and it's going to be really high. And it's going to continue to happen, until all of those houses that were affected by that, housing bubble in 8, until all of those houses have sold again.
Wow, and just to be clear, it's not just Ferndale. We're seeing this in Livonia, Oak Park, Trenton, a number of other cities I've heard from people from who've gotten these surprise tax increases. Several of them actually told me $1,000 a month is how much their payment went up. It's pretty shocking.
That could blindside a lot of people. Jen, is there anything homeowners can do to try to avoid being blindsided like this before they buy a house?
Well, the big thing that I'm hearing is that a lot of real estate agents aren't warning people. Mortgage companies aren't factoring this in when they initially set up your loan. So the only thing a homeowner can do is there's a link that the state has on a website where you can get, it won't tell you exactly what your taxes will be, but it'll give you a good guess. So that way you can be prepared for when that reassessment comes a year, year and a half down the road. You can be ready for that. I've got that link on our website at WXYZ.com. So if you're thinking of buying a house, or maybe you just bought a house, at least you can begin to prepare for that increase when it comes.
Right.